I thought that healing meant that I would stop missing him. But really, it meant that I would stop abandoning myself. Let that land. What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Aquana McIntyre. You are tuned into the Solo Woman Collective. And today's video, guys, is today I'm talking about what I completely got wrong about healing. Okay. Like what I thought healing was going to look like. Okay. So listen, where do I start, y'all? Like, where do I start? Because I'm just going to let the thoughts flow in this particular video. Y'all, I just remember like once upon a time when I was in a relationship, which was a few years ago, I aspired to be a healed girly so bad. Okay. Like, I was that girl that was on Pinterest looking at all of the PDF documents, the little bitty clips of people talking on Pinterest about what healed looked like. For me, it just felt like this thing that was the impossible. Okay. Like, I felt like healing was something that I would not be able to acquire in this life, because to be healed, you had to be this zenned out, spiritual person. I can't think of the word, but you know, those people that's just into nature. You know, I don't know. When I thought about healing, I thought about like holistic things. You know what I'm saying? But when I actually started diving into healing, y'all, okay, I didn't know it was going to be as rough as it was. Okay, like, don't let nobody fool you. Okay, like, don't make people feel like healing is one of those things where it happens overnight. Don't let nobody make you feel like all you got to do is break up with whatever it is that's making you feel stuck, or just go to a therapist and voila, all of your problems are gone. All of your problems are healed. No, it does not work like that, y'all. Like, I would honestly say I've been on my healing journey for a few years now. And although I do feel like I'm at the finish line, I do realize like sometimes the goalposts move. It's like you feel like you've gotten there, but then you run into something else that triggers you. And you like, wait a minute now. I thought that I was good in every area possible. So why does this make me feel some type of way? Why does this make me go back to the little girl in me? So put it this way, y'all. Healing is not linear. It is not linear. Okay. But that is not how God works neither, though. When you think about it, the path that when you walk the narrow path, walking with Jesus Christ, walking with God, it is not a straight path. There are lumps and bumps and hills and mountains on that road. I'm just going to keep it real with you, y'all. For somebody who's been on this journey for a few years now, I can honestly say that there are going to be times where you feel like you've climbed the top of the mountain, but then there's going to be times where you feel like you're starting from ground zero, but you're not. That's the thing. You're not starting from ground zero. What I had to understand when it came to healing, and during those times where I felt like I hit rock bottom, it didn't take as long to recover as it did before, because now I had the proper tools to help me in my recovery phase. Now I'm a lot wiser. Now I have knowledge in certain areas, and I'm a human being. Therefore, I'm going to have bad days. I'm going to have emotions, but now I know how to no longer stay stuck. Okay. So going back to, what I said in the intro, y'all, like, my healing journey simply started off of me trying to get over an ex. I felt like, okay, let me just start healing and I won't miss him anymore. No, It didn't happen like that. Okay. During my healing journey, like it was a lot of other things that was revealed about myself, to the point where it was no longer about me trying to get rid of my emotions for him. Now I started looking at myself and I'm like, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, I completely abandoned myself. So I don't need to heal the wound that he created. I need to heal the little girl in me. I need to now start focusing on no longer abandoning myself. What do I need to do? What do I need to do where I no longer allow myself to be put in those positions anymore? What do I need to do to no longer let certain people no longer trigger me, or certain environments? Like, how do I heal myself where I can start learning how to have more grace for myself? So when it came to the healing journey, when it comes to your healing journey, y'all, I just want to say this. Like, what I got wrong again was I felt like it was an overnight thing, that there was a certain time period that I should be healed. I felt like I had to have someone there to help me heal. I felt like healing meant that I was at the finish line, but none of that is true. Again, it don't matter if it takes you 5, 10 years. Okay, it can take 6 months for you to heal, but it's always, always be a student. That's what I want to tell you. Always be a student. Okay. Just because you feel like you did the work, do not feel like you can't continue to learn this thing called life, and how to continue to be the best version of yourself. Another thing that I got wrong about the healing journey. Okay. I thought healing meant I was going to have more friends. I was going to start attracting more men. I was going to start attracting healed men. Okay. But no, ma'am, that is not the case. Okay. Because at the end of the day, there is a lot of people who's not willing to put in the work to actually heal, because it is so complex and so difficult. So do not feel offended if you go on your healing journey and you may tend to have the same type of guys approaching you. I'm going to keep it real, because y'all, what I learned is you can be a very attractive woman, but when you run into men or people who has nothing to lose, they don't care. Okay, they just don't care. They're going to just do whatever, say whatever. Okay, I hope this lands. Okay. Where the healing does really matter, though, when you do finally find someone that you aligned with, that healing process that you went through will help you sustain, however, that relationship. It will help you sustain it. Now, if the relationship goes to the wayside, it's because y'all simply wasn't in alignment. Okay. Also with healing, y'all, healing is lonely. It's super lonely. I think I just mentioned that, but it's super lonely. Like, it gets dark. It gets real dark if you are really doing the work like you're supposed to. And what happens is a lot of people fall off. They fall off. That's why some people don't believe in healing, because they never allowed themselves to go through the pain and suffering that you're going to feel. Oh, yes, you're going to feel some pain and suffering. I don't know who lied to you. You're going to feel some pain and suffering, okay? Because you're literally having to learn how to rewire your brain to be someone else. You're having to change your identity to now be a better version of yourself. So let me switch that up. It's not being someone else, but it is becoming someone different. Okay, like, it's becoming someone different. You still have the same exterior. You're still the same person per se, but you're having to now tap into things that felt uncomfortable, y'all. And growing is super uncomfortable. If you are used to calling someone or a man that you know you ain't got no business dealing with every time you feel lonely, you need that instant gratification, but now you're teaching yourself not to call him when you feel lonely. You're going to have withdrawals. It's going to hurt. It's going to feel painful. And it's like, it's difficult. It's like somebody going on a diet that never ate healthy in their life. Okay, like, and you're so used to sweets, and God forbid the sweets are in the house. Okay, do you know how hard that is not to go grab that slice of cake, especially when there's other people around you that's eating it and you can't touch it? That's how healing feels. That's exactly how it feels to heal. A lot of people in that moment, they're just gonna give in. They're like, F it, it's just one slice. It's not gonna hurt me. I'll get back on track tomorrow. Get back on track tomorrow just to make the same mistake a week later. So they keep backsliding, never moving forward though. That's what healing looks like. If you reach and grab your urges every time you feel like you can't take it, you're stunting your growth. Now, again, I don't want you to not have grace on yourself because I had to learn how to have grace on myself. However, I learned like, listen, girl, we can't be doing too many of these reaching back and grabbing this because I can't take it today. I mean, because what happens is when you reach back too many times, you end up falling back. And now you're trying to pull yourself back up again. But again, if you're and if you're resisting and you're fighting those urges and you're gaining the knowledge and creating the structure, okay? Because that's a thing too, creating structure in your life, in your healing journey. You will get better and better along the way. That's all I got for y'all. Okay. I don't have nothing more but just that. This is just something I felt on my spirit. Okay. But I do want to end the video with this. Healing did not make me stronger, y'all. It just made me feel safer with myself. And that changed everything. Be sure you hit the video, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Talk to you later, guys.